King Uther Pendragon was the father of King Arthur. He was the brother of Ambrosius, whom he succeeded as King of Britain. Falling in love with Igraine, he went to war with her husband, Gorlias. During the war, Merlin magically made Uther assume the likeness of Gorlias, and in this guise he visited Igraine and became the father of Arthur. When Gorlias died, Uther married Igraine. He died in battle and was supposedly buried at Stonehenge. The prose Tristan says Uther was once in love with the wife of Argan, who defeated him and made him build a castle. The Pitted Brood tells how he fought a dragon serpent in Westmoreland, now part of Cumbria. Henry of Huntingdon calls him King Arthur's brother, while a Cumbrian legend makes him a giant. In Cumbria, he is said to have founded his kingdom in Malesring, and to have tried to divert the river Eden to make a moat around his castle. A few minor references to Uther appear in old Welsh poems, but his biography was first written down in the 12th century by Geoffrey of Monmouth in his History of the Kings of Britain, and Geoffrey's account of the character was used in most later versions. He is a fairly ambitious individual throughout the literature, but is described as a strong king and a defender of his people. Uther's epithet Pendragon literally means head dragon in its original Britannic, though it was used figuratively to mean highest commander. Uther is best known from Geoffrey's Historia Regum Britannia, or the History of the Kings of Britain, in the 1136, where he is the youngest son of King of Britannia, Constantine. His eldest brother, Constans, succeeds to the throne on their father's death, but is murdered at the instigation of his advisor Vortigern, who seizes the throne. Uther and his other brother, Aurelius Ambrosius, still children, flee to Brittany. Vortigern makes an alliance with the Saxons under Hengist, but it goes disastrously wrong. Aurelius and Uther return, now adults. Aurelius burns Vortigern in his castle and becomes king. With Aurelius on the throne, Uther leads his brother in arms to Ireland to help Merlin bring the stones of Stonehenge from there to Britain. Later, while Aurelius is ill, Uther leads his army against Vortigern's son Pastin and his Saxon allies. On the way to the battle, he sees a comet in the shape of a dragon, which Merlin interprets as presenting Aurelius' death and Uther's glorious future. Uther wins the battle and takes the epithet Pendragon, and returns to find that Aurelius has been poisoned by an assassin. He becomes king and orders the construction of 2 gold dragons, one of which he uses as his standard. It has been suggested that Uther is a chimerical character created by a misunderstanding of the Welsh phrase Arthur mab Uther, which was taken to mean Arthur, son of Uther, but actually means Arthur, terrible son. However, there is evidence for independent tradition regarding Uther. Uther later falls ill and the wars begins to go badly against the Saxons. He insisted on leading his army himself. Propped up on his horse, he defeats Hengist's son Octa at Verulamium, despite the Saxons calling him the half-dead king. However, the Saxons soon contrive his death by poisoning a spring which he drinks from near Verulamium.